Thank you, Dr. Ken. Again, I appreciate everybody staying here. I know it's late. I'm last talk. I'll try to make it interesting. A little bit of PowerPoint to make sure I cover what we do at our program. I'm going to take my assistant, Alex Mitchell, over to the weight room. Anybody else wants to jump into a workout, welcome to join. I'm kind of show some different things we do. Again, this is going on my 10th year in West Virginia. I worked under Al Johnson originally, worked at Mickey Marati at Notre Dame. Dave lost to Eastern Michigan. Biggest thing is I started a lot of you guys in this chair, young athletes, into young strength coaches, young professionals, developed and learned. All the guys that talked in this clinic yesterday and today, that's who I grew up. I'm going on 19 years in the business now. Again, it goes very quickly. Number one thing, at the end of your career, how do your athletes speak of you? That's the biggest thing. I think in the old times, especially guys that developed this and foundation, you didn't hear of them. It's the way it should be. We develop the athletes. We're here for the team. We're servicing and developing. If I'm pounding my chest saying I did this, you're in the wrong place. You have to love what you do for the athletes. You want to make them better. It's a progression, maturity. I dealt with all sports at a certain point. I still oversee all sports in West Virginia. Predominantly most of my time in West Virginia as a head football. But the biggest thing is development and maturity. Good. Next one. The biggest thing you have to understand, like Coach Ken talked about, there's a hierarchy. We are support staff. Obviously, we have a major role in the program. We're down with the troops. We have the heart and soul. We have the heartbeat. We can express the message, cultivate it, or harm it. It has to be about the program, not you. So if some of you guys are both coach and strength coach, multiple roles, teacher, everything. Set the goals, clear and cut. Many programs don't have set goals, set expectations. I understand most athletes don't know where to go. They want to start. Know your why. So one thing we did probably 4 years ago, the team in January, we did on a Saturday, brought the whole team in. It's a voluntary, 90 guys show up. I went up there first, said my why. Why am I strength coach? Why am I here? Why I do this for my family? Slowly but surely, turned into a 4-hour thing. Every guy up there, tears, crying, whatever. For the first time, some guys started learning trust, started learning why we're there. Because again, if we can't motivate them like Coach Mariah said yesterday, doesn't matter the program, doesn't matter the sheet, they have to buy in. How? Set a plan. Freshmen come in, they know the rules, expectations, this is how we're going to get there. You're a freshman, your maturity is not there yet. Some of you guys may not mature 3 or 4 years. Some guys physically, or some girls may mature earlier, some later. Have a plan. Set a plan. Make sure it's understood from the top to the bottom. Developing communication and trust. That's number one thing. Everybody has the same vision. Next. Now, go back. The biggest thing about West Virginia, for you guys, it's not a big populated state, but not a lot of Division I athletes come from it. So you have to understand the culture. Most places, say Ohio State, Michigan, Florida, Alabama, they grow up, families, they're from the state, from the area. I can't wait to go there. We have less than 5% of our scholarships that are from West Virginia. So we don't have that automatic native buy-in. So we have most guys from Florida, Texas, Carolina, Louisiana, Georgia, PA, Ohio, New Jersey, New York. They have no affiliation until they get on the campus. So what's their buy-in? Most of them don't have buy-in. They're there for football, get to NFL. They don't care about the program. They don't care about what's about the place. How can it get me to the next level? So our job, not with just football coaches or sports staff or sport coaches, is educate. Identify why you're here, why we selected you. Again, why do we want to develop a program around you? Make them understand. Then you turn in investment from interested. How many guys show up when it's comfortable, I'm going to show up when it's easy. How many are invested when it's hard? Invested when it's negative, when we're losing? Not many. We always talk about my staff. How much skin you have in the game? How many guys, a lot of places, goes, well, my foot, I'll step in. Not going well, I'm stepping out. Not my deal. The coaches screw me. They don't care. Not give me a chance. It's up to you. At the end of the day, you take care of you. So, you can't see at the top, it says the brand. I know some of you guys may have been in other clients the last couple of years. My assistant, Daryl Bauer, does a great job speaking. Alex mentioned Chad Snodgrass. I'm hiring a new graduate assistant soon. What's your brand? Whether it be high school, sport team, family, what's your brand? What do you represent? Our brand is kind of representing the state. We're blue collar. We will guarantee outwork any other program. Now, that's being competitive out of me, and some of the places work very, very hard. That's what our kids buy into. Our state's built up blue collar workers, coal miners, construction, not very, say, white collar jobs, and that's what the state buys into. There's no pro teams. There's Marshall, no other Division I programs. So we are the everything of the state. So we're all eyes, all interest is towards that. Work ethic, pride of the product. This is all the state. If the guys don't understand, this is why the state loves you. If we represent that, we bring that along. So blue collar, we kind of analyze that, or kind of analogy of calloused hands. Coach Manning, I heard several times talk, it's probably the best thing I got from him. If you're calloused hand, it means you're a worker. Next one, part of our thing is a fighter. Our state's built on being fighting. We have built immigrants of Irish, German, Italian Americans. We're a state succeeded from Virginia because they're a different type of culture. The land is hard, mountainy. You had to be tough to live back then. We represent that. Per capita, per state, we have the most Native people from the state of West Virginia that fought in all the wars. Most people volunteered. So it's our nature to be fighters. So that's the things we instill. Goes back to Coach Mann again. If I'm a fighter, I got bloody knuckles. Don't be shy of it. You're going to fight for what you get. Last one, passion. How good do we want to be? What's your burning desire to be great? You have to have passion in what you do. Whether you're going to be anything in your profession, strength coach, football player, basketball player, soccer, doctor, teacher, be passionate. A lot of here over and over, coaches, teams take the personality of the coach. Simple. If I have no energy, no intensity, no competitiveness, the team follows. Can't blame anybody else but you if you don't set the tone. Now, if I set the tone, they don't follow, they got to catch up. Pillars. This is one thing we built 5, 6 years ago. Coach Dan, Dr. Kenner talked about. This is what we built on. Toughness. Evaluated. Mental and physical. You can't separate either. If I don't have mental, I don't have physical. If I don't have physical, I can't be mentally tough. It goes hand in hand. In old school, trying to run through a brick wall and show your toughness, that's not that. Today's world, can you be on time? Can you wear the right dress code? Can you be accountable for every rep in the weight room? Can you go to class on time? Can you not miss class? Can you not miss meals? Can you go to sleep? These are basic things. If I can do that, I'm mentally tough. That's discipline. Effort. How do I prepare? Do I come to work out to show up? I'm ready to go, coach. Or I'm coming to prepare. One thing we do for the last, again, 5 or 6 years, we call RTT, ready to train. 5 minutes prior, you better be weighed in, dressed, hydrated, tree field, whatever we expect out of you. We'll have a list on the boards, MIP, muscle activation, injury prevention, movement for preparation for movement. Those are all done prior. Because once we get going, it's intense, we've got a certain amount of things we need to get done. That's done prior to the workout. So 5 minutes prior, so we're starting an 8 o'clock group, 7:55, they're all ready to go, we're rolling. So they're not waiting on guys to go, because if I start at 8 o'clock, guys come in at 8:01, just got out of bed, not hydrated, not ready to go. Do we bring intensity and finishing? There's a difference between intensity and intent. Does anybody have an idea? Thoughts? What's the definition for intensity? Anybody? Heavy weight? I think what Coach Ken talked earlier, there's a definition of effort and percentages. I'm referring now, what type of effort do you put forth? Intent is one of our big columns we have in the weight room. We have intent. That is, how do I mentally approach that rep? If I'm doing a power clean, 315, if I have no intent of getting the bar, no intent of getting under the bar, I'm not going to get it. I can give effort. I can act like I'm trying, but my intent on the field, if I'm playing football, is my intent to get the tackle or try? Intent, I'll get there. Intensity is giving efforts. You see the difference? That's what we expect. Whether you're squatting the bar heavy, whether you're getting a sprint, or just doing a basic agility drill, am I giving good effort and focus? Mountaineer mentality, or all in, we talk about buying and trust. Mountaineer mentality, do you live the way we expect you? That's up to you. Good. I'll be brief on this, because I'll get it a little bit later. Discipline, how to train, work ethic. Most people don't understand how to train. Don't understand how important it is rep integrity. Develop technique and exercise goal. All the coaches that spoke earlier, especially the ones that demonstrated, are you using the exercise because you saw it? Are you using the exercise because you believe in it? Power clean. If I do not fully, violently extend, I'm not doing power clean. How many athletes used to do this? That is not power clean. That is a waste of time. So again, what do you bring to the table? If I'm doing a chin-up, do I fully squeeze, contract, time under tension, muscular contraction, growing, getting stronger, or I do half reps? That is your choice. Wonder why athletes over time, your program may not work because you don't hold them accountable for every rep. Develop relative strength. What's relative strength to most of you? We can talk about power, explosive strength. What's relative strength? Anybody? It's your body strength compared to your weight ratio. Most athletes don't have this. Especially bigger football players come in. Yeah, I weigh 300 pounds, but you can't do one pull-up. That's an issue. I can't complete a push-up or a squat. I can't body weight. It's lean. My goal as a strength coach, doesn't matter if you're a female or male athlete, whatever sport you play, increase lean muscle mass. That's my one goal. The stronger you are, lighter in terms of weight to strength, weight to body fat ratio, you'll be better. Be a better athlete, less injury prone. Higher athletes with higher body fat, more tendon injuries. Wonder why? Their body's not prepared, their joints can't handle it. Force production. We keep it very simple at West Virginia. You're going to see some different things. Train very, very hard. Push the ground when you run. Give effort when you do clean, squats, whatever exercise we're asking you, and give effort. And have a finish mentality. Don't skip reps. Now, let's be very clear. This is about coaching, and we'll move on to program. Science versus art. How many of you guys are very, very book smart, but have trouble relating the message? Or some of you are very good coaches, naturally, don't understand the science. Great coaches have both. Great coaches can relate to kids. There's a lot of times I interview or part of the CSCA, I do testing. I can tell a person that can read a book, regurgitate it, and every part of anatomy, kinesiology, physiology, they can say it perfectly. But tell me how to squat, or teach a kid that's never heard any of those terms, teach them how to squat. They struggle because they can't communicate. So it's an art of coaching, art of communication. The ones that are successful have both. Now, this is one thing I also talk about. How many of you guys are a carpenter? Have you seen a carpenter that have a hammer only? Great carpenters have a toolbox full of tools that can take care of any problem. How well-rounded are you? Are you happy with just one tool? Or are you going to try to develop a well-rounded toolbox so you can handle any issue? Same thing as I'm a builder. I still got to be the architect. I got to see the master plan. I agree with 100% with Coach Ken today. Your plan will always change. There's never been one off season yet that I have not adapted midway through or through an in-season workout, whether through practice, injuries, things pop up, you have to adjust. How well you adjust, how well you succeed. Building a foundation. If you are building a structure and you're buying a house, say it's a 3-story house, $500,000 home. If the builder didn't have a solid foundation put in, on the framing, you had a guy that didn't really give a shit, sorry my language, missed nails, didn't paste into detail, are you going to be very happy? Are you going to be very comfortable in that house? No, you're scared. / you know it's not built properly. So as a freshman, teach them how to train properly. Teach them the base work. We can talk into philosophies, program, how you do it. All philosophies need to be used at certain times. I grew up the same way when they talk about the Olympic periodized programs compared to HIT. Every facet of training or program design has to be implemented. Freshmen come into programs should be doing HIT. Sorry. Learn how to train to failure, learn how to train intensely. As they get stronger, technique is very, very high. Start increasing higher loads. As they're junior seniors, we'll use conjugate, accommodative resistance, chains, bands, all those higher levels. But if you're a freshman, you're not strong, how can you understand how to move the bar fast? You can't. You're not strong enough to move it. So if you don't take the foundation and build, you're wasting your time. Injuries highly increase. Great technique. Are you in the room the most motivated one? I'm probably as competitive, if not more competitive than our athletes. Reason why? I get very upset when they're not successful because they're wasting their time, wasting their potential. Some guys figure out early, some guys figure out late. The guys that figure out at a younger age, maturity, how to take their body, they'll be successful. Ones that struggle or a 5th-year senior or waiting for pro day, all of a sudden I'm train now. Too late. Progress the athlete, not the numbers. I started off with record boards are huge. You have to get to a number. Coaches, what numbers do you have? Progress the athlete. There's some high school guys come from great programs. They come way ahead of the curve. There's some guys come in and never touched a weight in their life. There's a difference between our guys from Florida, guys from Texas. Texas guys have almost like small colleges. They've been doing a program for 5 years. Guys from Florida, great athletes, want to work, never been taught. There's a guy that D-line ended up being about 290, weighed 240 at the time, never did any workout. All he did first day, push-ups. 3 sets of 20. For 2 days, he walked around with his arm like this. I can't straighten my arms out. So you have to understand every demographic, where they're starting. So every plan is individual. When you come in, you don't touch the weight until I see your technique. Then everybody's on the same plan. Some guys progress faster, some guys are slower. Last thing is one thing I've heard since I was day one coaching. Coach it and correct it or allow it to happen. If you walk by, know somebody's doing something wrong, know somebody's not doing the right thing, and you don't say anything, it's on you. It's like if you walk down a building, we care about facilities, I see a piece of trash, whatever, and I walk by, I'm problem. Correct the issues. Now, this is an example as we get into rep integrity. Now, this is, if anybody can't see the numbers, I'll gladly send you the PowerPoint, any workouts, whatever. Now, if we're doing squat, 2 athletes, same height, relatively the same body weight. Athlete A goes through a full range of motion. Squat down, slight pause, on the bottom. A good descent, pause, good extend on the bottom. You see his work distance, but if he does all 3 sets of 10, you can start seeing how much work he's putting in. Athlete B, guy doesn't really care, thinks he's already there. He starts skipping reps. So he does a little quarter squats. We're looking right there, just 1 day of workout. He's doing half the work. You wonder why you don't grow. You wonder why you don't get better. Right there it is. Quality reps will increase the gains you want. Bad reps increase injury and lack of gain. Next one. Goes back to keep it simple. You've heard that how many times over the conference? Simple. Biggest thing is there's a lot of technology. Sometimes I hate going to any conference in terms of like our bigger conferences, going vendor areas. I get bombarded by every 300 plus trying to filter all that because they think I'm a bigger university, they can buy whatever. No. The one thing I told my athletes day one, and I still tell them all the time, I will never introduce you to anything unless I'm very 100% sure and I've tried it and I know it's good for you. So everything we have right now, sleep technology for the benefit, GPS, everything else we train hard. We have nutrition, we try to take care of diet. One thing, again, first time I heard Dan Riley speak, overload principle. Everybody heard this Greek mythology? Anybody? Milo? What's the thought of that one? Anybody? Young adolescent male wants to get stronger. Every day, he picks up a calf at that time. Everybody understand what a calf is, correct? Puts on his shoulders, walk a certain distance, walk back. Obviously, over time, what happens? The calf gets bigger, becomes eventually a bull. Now, his body progressively handled the stress overload. His body changed as the weight load changed. Everybody understand that? In a safe progression. Now, it's very simple, very, maybe not, some of you guys don't relate, but that's basically what we're trying to do. Add weight, proper progression, safe technique, they'll get stronger. They'll stay safe. They'll change their body. Intent, we talked about before. Push the ground. Do I run with aggression? Do I run just for mechanics? A lot of guys come in, great athletes. I've had, over the last, say, 5-6 years, we've been very notable guys at Combine. Again, we don't get 5 stars. I've had 1 5-star recruit in 8 years. Bruce Irvin. Same 5-star I've had. We have 39 guys in the NFL right now. It's not what I did. They chose to buy into the program. They chose to do what we want to do. So we do woodways, we do acceleration. I'll spend a lot of time, when I was a young strength coach, everything you saw in terms of dynamic warm-up, all this stuff for about 30 minutes. Speed mechanics for 15. A lot of waste of time. I still take care of mechanics, mobility, recovery, but we get warmed up and we start running. We get right to work. Or if we're lifting, same thing. Proper progression warm-up and we're going. Don't spend a lot of time for the fluff. Filter the BS. A lot of stuff comes at you, especially younger strength coaches. From that, I can imagine it changed from the last 15 years I've been in it. The next 15 is going to be dramatic. Technology is good, but make sure you're using it wisely. Technology does not replace your training. It reinforces. Everyone understand that? It validates what you're doing. I'm not going to go to Coach Orgson. Our guys are tired. We can't practice today. Doesn't happen. I'm going to call, after that practice, I look at GPS numbers. And again, my assistant, Daryl Bauer, does a great job. Give me the numbers as soon as possible. I'll go to stat meeting. That morning at 8 a.m., after the night before practice, there's like 10 guys. Did a lot of volume, a lot of stress, a lot of intensity. Get your butt in here, do boots, do cold tub, recover, eat. I'm not going to hold them back, but I'll make sure they're recovering. And still competitive environments. Best thing I heard about from Coach Ken, when I was talking about Daryl Worley, as a corner played for me, started as a rookie last year at a corner position, which is pretty rare. One thing he said to me, they brought a new guy in terms of free agent, same position. He didn't avoid it. That's the guy he works with every day. Since day one, when they come in the program with us, you're going everybody in your position so you know you're the best, or if I'm not, how I need to get there. You're competing every day, whether it be agility, whether it be lifting. There's some competitive component to everything we do. Mental development, I said maturity. Some athletes are not ready for where they need to be. You can tell them the right way, wrong way, they're going to learn the right way. They're going to eventually learn on their own the hard way to get to the right way. One of the best things I heard from Coach Nealon, When I was, a long time ago when he came back and spoke a couple times. A lot of patience for freshmen, little patience for sophomores, no patience for junior seniors. You know what to do. Your time's run out. You know what expectations. Just do. I'm going to be brief on the next few. Nutrition. We spend a lot of time on education. Number one thing I have athletes coming in will not get out of bed and eat breakfast. Will not. We have it set up. This is the most absurd thing in the world. We have one of the best facilities in the country in terms of weight room, locker room, academics right above it, and training table. All within 100 feet. There's guys that will walk out without eating. It's absurd. So after that, make sure you sit there and eat. Make sure you take your vitamins. That's the hardest part. Training is easy. Get him to take care of themselves from the other 20 hours a day they're not with me. Proper nutrition, body mass, talk about sleep. This is the number one issue, especially with younger athletes. They don't sleep. Video games, social life, technology in terms of phones, iPads, whatever else, they don't sleep. So you're the night where you're going to grow, repair your body, you're missing. So that's the biggest thing is you get to sleep. All of our guys last year we did sleep, we introduced in the season. Injuries went down immensely. Academic scores went up. Our whole team is above 3.0 this past semester. Body fats went down. Weight stayed stable throughout the whole year. Performance went up. We're a 10-win season. These things start to reinforce values, and they're not hard. Train hard, eat right, sleep. Pretty easy, right? It's easier said than done when you have guys that just are lazy. Recovery techniques, normative social, preparation. Last two things I'll show you real quick before we get over on that side of the weight room. Have some type of incentives. Every day they come to the weight room, it's a plus or minus. Either add to the team, you're subtracting team daily. If you miss a rep, if you don't do what you're supposed to do, lazy attitude, or I was to say not a good attitude, lazy effort, you get a minus. If you do everything on that sheet, good intensity, show up on time, it's a plus. We do something a little different. Say if I'm taking about 12 guys through. Or Coach Mitchell might have about 5 or 6 guys if we have a group of 30 or a group of 24, whatever. Hey, Coach, do you have anybody in the group? They went above the numbers. They went back here. They went more reps. They did an extra set or two. They set the tempo as leaders. They encouraged guys. They brought more intensity to the table. All right, I'll call the name out. Coach Mitchell, it's a double clap. The whole team in unison without any hesitation. Group gets it. I didn't realize it was that big of a deal until the first year we did it. And coaches were on road. They called back, what's this double clap thing? I'm saying it's just in the weight room. Guys were calling them as soon as they got one. They go to the locker room, they call the position coach. They go to their roommates, whoever in the locker room, I just got a double clap. Or the other vice versa. At the end of the group, I break down, there's 5 guys. Coach, why didn't you get one? Coach, what? They start caring. It's little things. There's nothing else but freaking clapping your hands. It shows you how bad they want a reward for doing something. That's the culture we're in. They don't understand just work to work. They want reward. We do Ironman for workouts. If you do a team workout, no minuses, you make every rep, you're Ironman. Coach Johnson started this way back in 1996. Iron Mountaineer, our winter off season, to get a coal statue. One of the best things we give in terms of, I think, one of the best awards ever. So Iron Mountaineer holding dumbbells to be the coal. 3 athletes a year. A skill, a combo, which is big skill, tight end combo, tight end, fullback, linebacker, and a lineman. It's voted by your teammates. Number one thing, if you have 1 minus, you missed a meal, 1 minus throughout the off season, you're automatically dismissed. Boss man, this goes back to state history. A boss man in terms of coal mines is a made man. It's kind of like the highest level, highest respect. Now this will have some reward. First time you get it, get a hard hat with a light on. Second time, you get a pickaxe on a board. Third time, you get a huge thing of coal lumped in. Fourth year, if you're like a red shirt guy, is able to get it. It's called John Henry Award. Everybody ever heard of him? State for West Virginia, sledgehammer. They get a sledgehammer off the engraved. The hardest thing about this, team award, toughest effort, all-in mountain mentality. My staff, end of summer, we'll sit together, go through each player. We'll go say, Eli Wellman's a fullback, probably our hardest, toughest kid will do anything. He's got our 5 standard. There's another guy maybe on the team that is 100% all in. That's their 5. And we will grade you out of 20. So you get 5 or 1. 5's the best, 1's quit. So your ideal goal is 20 out of 20. That's one portion of the grade. Accountability. How many workouts you miss? Better be 100%. Third one, go to the next one. Go to the next one. Now, you cannot see it, but I'll send this if you want it. Each player has a player profile. This happened to Kevin White. There's 8 tests we see kind of compared to football. You got to get 90% above. All these 3 measurables I gave you, you get 90 above to be a boss man. Now, the number one thing is most athletes come in, what I need to do, squat, clean, whatever. Some guys cannot squat. You might have to do hip press. You might have to do a pitch shark. Some guys can't clean for a wrist. We'll do a power stroke or something equivalent. So we have squat, clean, bench, your basic numbers, strength training. We do 10-20 in terms of electronic times, broad dump for a field sport more, pro shuttle, and 60. What happens, it gives you good standards. Kind of like any video game, you have a ranking. If you're 94 above, you're elite. It's comparable. These numbers are based on every position. Receivers have their own standards, linemen, linebackers, all that have their own standard. So it's not like where receivers trying to lift the same as linemen. It's all based on elite guys with their program and combine numbers. So guys don't understand. So we have a freshman comes in and thinks he's pretty much got it. You'll see a nice little red score up there. It says poor. All those numbers down here. Well, I sit there and do one-on-one meetings every year, January, April, and again during summer, 30-minute meeting with each guy. All right. You understand what? Lazy, you don't do any flexibility, you don't do any extra. Or if a guy thinks, see, I'm good, I'm a great athlete, all his movement numbers are up here, his strength numbers are down here. Yeah, you can do it for a little bit, you probably have a chance of getting injured. So, as guys mature, they build up in each, hopefully some guys, better guys you get, are going to be up here. To be a Big 12 starter or a Power 5 starter, you better be up excellent. If you think you're an NFL-type body, you better be up here. So that gives a standard. And almost 95 to 98% of the guys that get in the elite are NFL guys. It corresponds lifting, athleticism, all that together. Just go to the last page. I won't spend a lot of time. We spend a lot on tech. We do a lot of things with next speed development. We're going to talk over here. On this last slide is my email. I'll leave it up until after the talk if you don't want to write it down now. We're going to head over here, do a little bit of training real quick. After I kind of talk, immediately right here, I'll just yell. So if you can't hear me, just raise your hand. I'll talk louder, yell louder. Biggest thing is, it's easy to show on a program, on PowerPoint, slides, or take pictures of your best guys. Anybody in this conference that wants to come visit, always open. Send me an email, come visit. I'm always welcome. The biggest thing is because I'm not somebody that wants to be out front talking. I'd rather just training guys. It's reality. So if you want to see a workout off there, whatever you want to do, come over and email me. Okay, there's mental through neck, front back, flexion extension. Go into shrugs, some some variations if you're injured. I want to show progression. I can go Coach did a great job talking about time and how we progress it. Pretty simple. Do some squat variations quickly. And finish up with a little bit of light push pull if we have time. The biggest thing right now, since a lot of you didn't stay, please ask questions if you want to see something. If you have a question about what we do, why we do it, please ask. Yeah.
Again, if you can't hear me, let me know. Now, we have manual neck machines on the slides if you want to get our PowerPoint. We do a lot of variations. The thing about neck, I don't want to be too redundant. After Coach Collins talked yesterday about it. You have to think if your head and your area is far protected. What's the first line of defense? If I'm getting hit in a collision, what's the first line of defense for your brain? Anybody? Skull, kind of your ear. Yeah, so we're saying posture. So that's my first line, which is good, but you can't stop everything. Now, what are we doing else? It goes back to that cylinder in general. Yes, we can do that, but we're working on the traps. So up top, you go down the middle of your back. That's your shock absorbers. When we start talking about the scabs and the muscular in this area here, the smaller muscular, that's your framework. Then we start talking about displacing in the right way. So the big concussive forces become less over time. The one thing I'm proud of what we do with training neck, especially, Coach, I keep saying Coach Bauer, but there's an autographs, Coach Mitchell, all do a great job, we're all on the same page, that guys understand how vital it is. We average, most places in the country, they say one program average 12 to 15. We had one last year. Now, that could be the type of year, it could be lucky, all that, yes. It goes back to how guys train. First they come in, they do, like I said, RTT, MIP, they do neck. There's some variation, machine, protrusion, manual, variation of drugs, scab work at all times. Think about, take guys like Carl Joseph. As soon as he got drafted by the Raiders, called back within 2 weeks. That's when he sucks. They had no neck machine. So we sent him a neck harness, we sent him a bunch of stuff to do. So the guys understand how vital it is to them. Now it goes back to how you do it. Whether if you have no machines, you go on the field, you can put practice. Now swing your feet, lay on the ground, riding behind, you man like this, with chest, with this. You man all fours. There's a million ways you can do it. Biggest thing, anytime you talk manual resistance, whether it be neck, shoulder, any type of exercise you're doing manual resistance, communicate with the athlete at all times. Do not start shoving your neck in. Like I do interns or young assistants that are learning, what happens? Guys just got to get on top and start shoving your neck down. Chance of injury. Biggest thing, chin your chest. I'm going to put my palm right on his forehead. There's a nice arc that should maintain his neck. If my neck, he starts getting jammed, I'm not saying range of motion. So you can push my hand. You can drop all the way down. Right here, safe. What happens at the bottom for most guys? They want to jerk back into it. No. Push back smooth. He's going to work all the way up. I'm going to go lighter on the way down. Push. As soon as he relaxes, I'm going to let him know. He's going to fight me all the way down. Now I'm going to go a little bit harder on the way up. Smooth rep. Biggest thing is, as he starts getting tired, I have to adjust immediately. I got to feel it. Biggest thing, you control it. Again, if he starts jerking, you keep easing up. You communicate. Make sure he's doing it the right way. Right back down. Again, you can start off higher volume, 8 to 12, or you can set a 5 if done properly, maybe enough. Haven't finished. He goes right to the stomach. One thing we've gotten away from in terms of on manually is lateral. One thing when I first got to West Virginia, we did a lot of, didn't have machines, so we did a lot of manual. I think overstretching caused a lot of impingements in terms of we started having a lot of stinger issues. Cut down the range of motion on side, lateral neck, not a stinger, not an issue. No burners at that point. We do most of our lateral on machine, or we'll limit the range of motion by laying on the ground, so you can't overstretch. Same thing here. Some guys may go behind, thumbs right in the middle of the skull, make him work down. I prefer going from behind. Same thing. Palm and that little underneath the base of the skull, I'm going to press down. Same thing. He's got to work all the way down. Now, for young guys, if you need to teach your athletes to do it because you're only a guy of 50, teach them how to do it properly. Let your body be the weight. Shift your weight, make him work all the way down safely, and draw it back up. Biggest thing is always stay in great communication. So he finishes last rep. And most of this may be done at the beginning of the workout, prior to we even starting, and that's already knocked out and done. Now if we're doing shrugs, you stand up with dumbbells. You do trap bar, you do barbell, kettlebells, whatever you have available to you. The biggest thing, when we pick them up, what are we trying to work on? What? Traps. What else? Posture. What else? That's right there is number one. For me, guys, you see that slouched over, punched over, fingertips. Strong grip. I agree, Coach. John's talking about. All the guys have shoulder issues. They can't squeeze bar, whether barbell benching, doing pull-ups, RDL, deadlift, whatever grip they may have. Weak grip, weak body. Strong grip, strong body. Very simple. Now, we fix it up. Squat up, protect your back, push your back. We're just saying, you don't have to drop your head, you don't want your head up. So basically, right here, just like your chin. Squeeze as tight as you can. 1,001 up, 1,001, 1,002 back down. You get a little more squeeze at the top. 1,001, 1,002 back down. 1,001, 1,002 back down. Very important quality reps. This is where you develop. Again, this is just hitting one part trap. A bit lower. Kelso shrug, that lower trap also. Band hitchhikers, a lot of different ways you can do it. You can do a set of 10. A lot of times I have my athletes, if they're not doing supersetting, they're going to partner up. You stand right in front of them and count his reps. Always count plus any reps. He puts it down, that's supposed to come up. Now, say if you do an athlete has a grip issue, finger, whatever. Now we're going to do band shrugs. You can hold it this way. Squat down. Make sure you're more to your elbow. Put your shoulders back, stay retracted. Squeeze up. Also, you want to add tension, go blue band, go two greens. Pretty simple exercise so the guy that has a wrist, something injury, you can work around. So you always doing trap. Now we're talking about program. We'll do 3 days total. Monday was speed acceleration work and total body. Tuesday would be all agility, lighter conditioning. Because again, most of our intense speed, max effort is going to be on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. As we go through the week, Thursday and Friday, introduce more volume, maybe less higher intensity. We're talking about loads. Again, Monday is going to be total, agility, SAQ work on Tuesday. Wednesday is going to be more weight room platform, power clean, sling leg movements, Bulgarian, step up, lunging. Maybe I'm applying more vertical press, horizontal, vertical pulls. Friday will be more higher volume. Now, if you have any questions with the neck trap, yes, no? Now, the other area we're going to go into is teaching progressive barbell power clean. I love power clean. This is part of my couple years I thought about getting rid of it because I got so frustrated with the effort. Because if you don't give effort, you're wasting time. As Coach said earlier, if they don't care about it, you're not going to get to be. On one of those slides I skipped over, there's a study. If power clean was done full intensity, full effort, it produces about 3,500 kilowatts of energy. A high-level squat produces 900. So you can see what you get out of it if you buy into it. If you don't buy into it, you waste your time. We'll have guys that will start in the early off-season. We'll step up, teach them how to push more. Hip width, barbell over top shoelaces, hand placements right outside the ankle, basically shoulder width. Basically on this, hand placement. Squeeze the bar, wrists forward, head neutral, tighten your core. Right now you're pulling your lats into the bar. Take a deep breath. We're doing what's called dribbling. I'll say go, Pulls his knee, scraping knee. Hip stays flat. Go. Lowers back down. Basically teaching you how to press the knees out, stay over the bar. Go. Go. All right, do that for a couple sets. This is early off season. Now, the next one, we'll go into a clean pull. So again, I'll say go to basic below the knees. Then when I say go again, it's a violent extension. Hips to the bar, shrugging the bar, pushing the ground. Go. Go. Biggest thing, see how his wrist flipped out? What happens on power clean when that happens? Barbell gets away from you, plus you end up pulling your body back into it. That's why you want to do wrist forward, shoulder stay with the bar. Back flat. Go. Go. Ideally, the bar straight and you're out of it. Now, go into a high pull. This one I'll say one go, pull it up. Just work on the trajectory of the bar, staying tight to the body. One go. Go. Now, all these are taught. Understand, we already done RDL, we've already done the front squat. They already understand how to catch in a good position. If guys have wrist issues, might have surgery, might have genetic problems, we're going to work around it. Meaning we'll do high pulls, we'll do vertimax, we'll do head ball throws, shrug pulls, a lot of variations. Now you're going to do a full clean. This one's called a muscle clean. Now all I'm working on is rack. He's not going to drop under it. He's going to quick extension, shoot the elbows. He's not going to drop. It's called a muscle clean. Shooting elbows. Go! Biggest thing you want is that acceleration of elbows. One more time. Quicker hips, shoot the elbows faster. Go! Now, we have to go into a drop catch. I want to catch in full squat position. So you can do full clean. I want to receive the bar in a low position and squat it out. Go! Your chest, heels down. This is where you find guys that are not flexible. Here, on your toes, your chest, can't drop. So again, they can't catch a clean, good rack position like Coach said earlier. They can't catch a clean position. They will not clean. Reality. Chance of injury. What I'm getting out of them because of the chance of injury plus their effort, not working. Now, over time, they'll get better. Over time, they can handle it. But initially, I'm going to waste time for a half hour to teach a guy to want to clean it. Over time, understand the boards understand it'll get better. Last thing, we'll go into a full clean power catch. Power catch. And this one's kind of them, wrist forward, squeeze the bar, drop knees out, catch. Simple, right? Basically, when you catch in power position. One thing I like doing on the off season, doing a box jump, we're going to make extension, step down right into the depth jump, we're going to catch position. Load, keep on catching the right position. We're going to use this rack over here. Now, one of the best ways is to see if a guy can squat or not squat. First thing, anybody comes to the weight room, everybody used the stick progression before? Anybody? Well, the best thing to invest in, flexibility for sticks, upper body mobility, but squat progression. He put his arms straight out. There's a little groove between the bicep and the deltoid. Feet are shoulder width apart, toes slightly out. Make sure your feet are even. Where's the movement start at? Hinge at the hips, knees press out. What's the most issue for young athletes? Weaker core, like Coach said earlier, they start rounding, bending. My goal for him to squat down, slow and controlled, heels down, should be able to wiggle his toes at the bottom. The stick should not go towards the chin. The stick should not go down towards the arm or the elbow. Biggest thing on squat, any movement, work on descent. It should be a little bit slower descent, a bit faster ascent up. Now, after you do that, we'll work on shoulder mobility, back mobility. Now we're going to do overhead and go wider, almost like snatch grip. We'll do snatch grip down here. Snatch grip is one go wider, and he's going to show you, he's going to take the bar, stick behind his head. So you're seeing mobility. But also, say if you're a guy doing overhead squat, and I start getting in trouble, what do you need to do? Step forward, you got to step out that way. Safety issue. The arms too narrow, guys get caught in the problem in between their shoulders. Now, I'm going to shrug into it aggressively, not back, I'm going to shrug up. Tighten the core, same movement. You're going to lower down slowly, maintaining. He's a little tighter in the hips, a little back. Biggest thing with the barbell, or the stick, she goes straight up and down. Same thing. Knees out, heels down. Simple mobility. Like I saw videos earlier, they did the pressing on the bottom. All those movements. Last, after you finish the rep, Teach them how to just do a straight barbell squat and stick on the back. We're more a high bar, top of the trap. Show what the parts be the bar. We're pulling that stick down tight. When you guys get loose, hang out or try to wrap it. These go out, big chest. Drive out the bottom. Simple. Now, one last thing I'm going to show you in terms of that progression is just a rack mobility. This is one that you can do while you're at it. You come up, you come up to the rack. This is just a guide. You want to squat down, lower down. You can hold the position for 30 seconds, a minute. Not hanging out like this. Maintain here. When you start burning, push the knees out. From there, bottom. That's one way, simple progression. If they can do all those movements, then you start progressing with kettlebells, barbells, all that. I start with front squat first. They can do a front squat. Some guys have wrist issues, we'll use straps. Most guys will, again, work on flexibility with assist my clean. Then we'll go into barbell back one. A lot of variations of legs. The one thing I always tell our athletes and our guys understand, the legs feed the wolf. If you have no legs, you can't run. If you have no strength, lower body strength, you cannot run fast. That's what our guys figure out when I was getting on 10-4. Guys we've had success with the combine, bought into the program, they squat heavy. They run with high intensity. Take a Tavon, Bruce Irvin, those guys have been first round guys. I didn't make them fast. That's when the sperm hit the egg. Genetics. But we allow them to be enhanced to a skill. That's the same thing. They learn how to push the ground. For example, Tavon probably ran a 4.4, mid 4.4 when he first came in. Fast, weighed 145. Left his senior year, weighed 180. Obviously ran 4.2. Front squatted 345. Back squat 465. Now I'm not saying that beat my chest, but he bought into the program. Freshman, sophomore years, he got caught. He's gone behind. Junior, senior years, he never got caught. He's separated. He learned to push the ground. So we're talking about speed training. If I get my hips better, flexibility, my posture change stronger. Now, this is the number one selling point to anybody who wants, for kids that talk about numbers, NFL would be baseball 60, other sports have other measurables. We're talking about a 40-yard dash. And this, one thing I love about horse treadmills, sleds, tires, whatever, I'm going to push the ground. If I have very tight hips, weak core, I have a tendency not to have as much turnover. I want to push and cycle. If I go from here, every step from touching here to here, that's 2 to 3 inches better if I'm more efficient. If I'm about 40 yards, that's 2 or 3 less steps. The difference between a 4.4 and a 4.3 is right here. It's not a big difference. If I can cut down now 2 or 3 steps, run more efficiently, our 10-20 accelerates what we want. So I spend more time with 10-20, accelerate from point A to point B, accelerate from point C as fast as possible. That's football speed or sports speed. A lot of guys are on track. The last thing I'll say, talk about a combine number, talk about Godwin from Texas, Olympic track star, same year as Tavon. They overlapped. First 30 yards, Tavon's ahead of him. Last 10 yards when he got caught. But still, that first 30, he's already gone touchdown. Don't wait till the last 30. Get top end speed as fast as possible. All about intensity, all about effort. I'm out of time. There may be questions before we wrap up.